Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Crap Talk. Let's get that countdown timer started.
Yay. So this week, oh my goodness, so much to talk about. So much
Yes,
to talk about.
it is Barona Pow Wow, where we will both be, and people can get our autographuses.
I know, right? I'm so excited. It's going to be awesome.
So excited. And also tonight, we will have the quiz on James because Svea finally forced him.
Yes.
Forced him. And she lives 100 miles away from me over a mountain range. She reached through and knocked me and said, "You will watch A Nightmare Before Christmas, and we will have the James quiz to make sure he did A Nightmare Before Christmas." And right now, Svea, I can see her on the live feed, folks. What you see is the countdown. I can see Svea live, and she's showing me what is that again?
Look it. Isn't it cool?
It's Jack Skellington and what's that girl's name?
Sally. Yeah.
And they're like, look at each other
Yes.
in like this Halloween-y thing.
It says home with my love.
Yeah, you know, you think they'd like get like, you know, together in the movie, but they came together at the end.
Yeah, it just
It leaves room for a part 2, even though that movie was made in 1993, I think.
Yes.
Yep, 1993.
Yes. Yeah, I love that movie. It's just so much fun.
Absolutely.
It's
Tonight's show is about powwows and pals coming back, and Barona Pow Wow, a full-on powwow. We're going to be there. It got me thinking, trying to look for some more native jokes.
Yeah.
Powwow jokes in specific.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember, or I'm trying to think of this joke involving a bee and a fancy dancer.
Huh.
And I think I'll bring this up more when the show comes, but I'm trying to think of, like, you know, a fancy dancer doesn't like bees, just trying to get away from it and going in circles trying to get it. People think, dude, the contesting's in the arena.
Yeah.
Folks, we're going to ask for your help to help develop this new native joke.
Come here, baby.
And then once we have it developed, we're going to look at the comments, because we're going to look at the comments, and then we will debut this new joke in a future show. Otherwise, let us know who you are, where you're from. Sharing is caring.
Yes, please share, everyone. Hey, share the show. There's a lot of information we're going to be giving out about Barona Pow Wow. It's going to be happening this weekend. So this is actually going to be a really great way to let people know public is always welcome at powwows. Many times people feel like they don't feel welcome to come. But that's how culture is shared, and they want outside people coming. You know, it's everyone's welcome, and not only that, it supports the native vendors. It supports the food booths that make those amazing fry bread. It promotes artists like James. So it's definitely something that I think a lot of people are maybe unsure about going to, but it's really neat. It's really neat.
Totally. You know, if you don't want to go to a powwow, don't yawn. If you want to go to a powwow and somebody tells you it's only for natives, look at them and go, no, it's for everyone. It's intertribal. You know, it's all nations, all people.
Yes, exactly. When it's intertribal, that means it's all tribes, regardless if it's a recognized tribe or not.
Absolutely. I remember I was at one powwow years ago, and this dude heard it's all nations, all peoples, you know, and I went, you know, he goes, well, okay. Dude came as a Cossack and said, "This cool?" And they're like, "Yeah, fits the definition." It was a little different. And this dude's out there dressed as a Cossack, right? Obviously Russian, and why not? But, you know, we've seen Australian Aboriginals come to the arena.
Oh yeah, for sure.
African people from Africa, Native peoples from Africa, doing the thing. It's all nations.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff. As a matter of fact, I want to talk about a video that's you can find on YouTube or Facebook about that once we get going on the subject. But, geez, it's already almost halfway through on the countdown.
Yeah, right.
Well, let's say this show ain't going on Indian time right now.
I know, right? We're definitely on regular time.
That 5 minutes would mean 15 minutes in powwow time.
Yeah, right?
Totally.
I know. So excited. It's going to be awesome this weekend.
You should look up fry bread jokes. I'm going to look up fry bread jokes.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's do this.
Yes. So you want to do fry bread jokes right now while we're doing our show?
Well, we ain't doing nothing for the next 4 minutes and 58 seconds.
Well, we're just chatting right now.
We're just chatting away. People are just listening in because we got the pleasure. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Let me type in fry bread jokes. Fry bread. Fry bread is 2 words or 1 word. Some people just argue which way.
Well, it's kind of like Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, I do as 1 word.
Tell you how many times in spell check it separates out Dreamcatcher?
Okay.
It's like the little things.
Well, I'm seeing a bunch of memes on Pinterest. Here we go. More than fry bread. Any new fry bread jokes? Let's take a look at what we got here. I'm clicking it. Why did the fry bread cross the road? Absolutely no responses.
There's no response?
No, let me look at another webpage. Why?
Probably it
crossed
the the fry bread probably crossed the road so it could flip to the other side.
That's very slick. That was very good.
That was on the fly.
Fry bread puns from punstoppable.com. Let me look at this. Huh? Nah, that's too long to read. We need a native site. Where is it? Fry bread memes.
Yay, fry bread memes.
Jim Gaffigan, fry bread on YouTube, whatever that is. I'm going to try this 1 word. Fry bread jokes. Is fry bread indigenous? And there's a whole bunch of memes. More stuff on Pinterest.
Well, Pinterest is a really good place to find a lot of stuff. Like
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just can't believe it. It's already Labor Day weekend coming up. Oh my gosh. Time flew this year, didn't it?
Oh yeah. I remember hearing a song on the Muppet Show because you can go there for life inspiration. There's a song that said when you're young that the day how did it go? Days go by year by year, and then as you get older, the years go day by day.
Yeah. Well, I kind of have a theory that the reason why life goes so fast when you get older is because you're further away from the earth. When you're younger, you're so close to the earth that you don't feel the centrifugal force.
That makes absolute science sense. Did you try to watch the Artemis launch yesterday from NASA?
No.
Do you know about it?
No. I have been so removed from any kind of world current world.
This is going to take the Orion spacecraft with the SLS, the Heavy Super Launch Heavy System, whatever it is. Curtis Youngberg, if you're watching, please put in the comments what that means. And it doesn't have quite the lift capability to take the certain amount of tonnage up into space as the Saturn V rockets, but it was going to go up, and the Orion space capsule that's going to put people on the moon in the next couple of years was going to orbit the moon for 3 weeks and then come back to Earth.
Oh, that's.
But unfortunately, the launch is they had to scrub the launch because of, I believe, a problem with the fuel system or leakage in the rocket.
How come they always have some weird thing like that? If they're planning this for a long time and all of a sudden there's this
It's their first time actually assembling it and doing it. There's things you can do and test on, but when you actually have everything together, 20 billion things got to work together to put this stuff on there. But the fact that they're doing it and it's the U.S. returning to the moon since 1972 or 3, that's a big deal. All right, Svea, we got just a short few seconds to count down.
Wow. It's just crazy. I can't believe how fast. It even went so second. Like I blinked my eyes and 10 minutes have gone away.
I know. It's just like the years are going day by day. We're getting old. You're getting old. I'm not. I'm 29.999.
Yeah.
Well, you ready to count down with us?
Yes, I know. Jeez.
We count down to launch the Artemis space launch on Friday morning, hopefully. I want to get Barona Pow and go, Svea, look at this. She'd be like, rolling her eyes. Yes, James, it's all sciencey stuff.
I'm like, James, that's really cool. I'm going to get back to setting up now.
Yeah. It's 7 o'clock and James isn't set up yet. And I'm going, look, everybody, look. All right, countdown time. Ready, folks? Let's get down counting. 10.
9.
8.
7.
6.
5,
4,
3,
2.
1. Woo!
Folks, let's start the show. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, Barona Pow Wow, powwow etiquette and what to expect to see when you visit a Native American powwow. What do you call a native with no lips? Pointless. It's time to start the show.
Let me turn our brand on.
We need to get that branding going. Otherwise, people will be like, what show is this? What is this? Is this sponsored by some generic XX corporation?
I don't know. Let me see.
Is it going to say Quarantinos across the top?
Let's see. Here we go.
Oops. Now I know what we're doing.
Yes, now we know it's specifically Late Night Craft Talk.
Late Night Craft Talk. So,
yes.
Where are we here?
We are here every week talking about all kinds of interesting topics and getting you guys inspired and educated about all kinds of fun stuff. And we do this because we want to entertain you. We do this because we want to share information with you. We do this because every week we want you to have something to look forward to. If you like any of the shows that you've watched, or you like this show, or even if you like just the intro, feel free to subscribe, like our Facebook pages, our Instagram accounts, our YouTube channels, just anything. If you want to subscribe and like us, go ahead. We welcome you to.
Absolutely, folks. Follow us right there. We've been doing this show since April 2020.
I know
we've only missed a couple of Fridays, and we're fairly recently. I won't say whose fault it is.
I don't know.
It is.
But anyway, hey James, what's going on with Elk Rack?
Well, right now, as this show airs right now, Elk Rack Traders is located at Barona Pow Wow, going on right now.
Oh wait, right now? You're like at Barona Pow Wow right now?
Right now. Matter of fact, we are doing the show. We're pre-recording this show.
We're pre-recording this show? I thought it was live.
It is live right now as it appears this Friday. Folks, right now we're recording this and it's Tuesday morning. It's actually just a little after 7 a.m.
I know, guys. Seriously.
But we're recording this now because obviously we can't do it during the show because we're busy there with our customers. We love to see, we love visiting and catching up with after the last couple years. And pure awesome experience. If you're at Barona Pow Wow right now, or you come after this, or you're going to come to Barona Pow Wow, remember you can see Elk Rack Traders and Dancing Bear Indian Trader side by side.
Yes.
The only thing separating us is space.
Probably an aisle.
An aisle. It's actually the entranceway from the food booths.
Yes, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, but folks, come over there, come to the powwow, come hang out. It's going to be warm this weekend. Yeah, come in the evening. It's going to be nice, but during the day, sit out. I'm going to have ministers going, but come over and share the love with us.
Yes. And so anyway,
okay. So what's going on? Jen, who watches the show, I need to put my phone on silent because Jen, who watches the show, just messaged me.
Oh my goodness, she shouldn't be messaging you so early in the morning. What the heck? I mean, so late at night while we're doing a show. I mean, geez, how inconsiderate.
So Jen, if you're watching, I'm not going to read out the message, but I'm going to look at this real quick just for the heck of it.
Yes.
So Hob Day's message. I got to get. Where are you, Jen? I got a lot of messages overnight.
So, hey, Svea, how's Dancing Bear?
How's Dancing Bear?
So, this week we've been prepping crazy for the powwow. We're going to be bringing a whole bunch of new merchandise. I actually prepped a whole bunch of rhinestone chain. We got in a whole bunch of colors we haven't had before ever. And we just ordered them because I was like, these things, people are going to love these. They've become really popular for using the making those beaded earrings with the edging, the rhinestone banding. But this is actually cup chain, so it's a more flexible. Another thing that I've been doing while I've been here, well, let me find a good one. While we are doing this, I have been doing this. I have this little charm here. You can see it says bead shop hop. Do you see that, James? Bead
Oh,
shop.
yeah, that's cool.
So
look at that.
So what it is, we have an event coming up next weekend. It's called the Bead Shop Hop. And what it is an event. We have 10 stores participating. And it's basically like I guess a road trip for beaders. And you go to all the different stores and check them out. And there's all kinds of cool stuff going on with all the stores. We're decorating our store for a theme. The theme is actually called Wonders of the World. And we picked a wonder and we are decorating our store like that. So it's definitely going to be fun. It's going to be the weekend after Labor Day, 2 weekends in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we definitely would love to see you at our store. There are, like I said, 9 other stores participating. So it definitely is a lot of fun. You can win prizes. It's become a very popular event that people love doing every year. So definitely one you're going to want to try out. And we've gotten in so much merchandise for that too. So if you get a chance to come into our store, you will be surprised because we're moving some stuff around, getting new merchandise in for that show and all that kind of good stuff.
Totally. We're going to be doing a show coming up about Shop Hop, right?
Yes, we are. Yes,
we are. So that's gonna be cool stuff. To get back where we're doing that, I can't wait to the Shop Hop show. That's gonna be so cool with those little charms. I responded to Jen. So Jen's probably watching tonight's show right now, and
I'm
not gonna read it out, but she's we're talking about Yellowstone, the TV show. She's getting into it. I've never really been a fan because some of the stuff they do about ranching, I'm like, no. But agree that the drama can be the over the top drama can draw you in, just like another show that was Sons of Anarchy. Were you into that, or Dan?
No, but like our show has a lot of drama and has a lot of intrigue.
I like how you segue back to our show.
A lot of intrigue in our show.
It is. Dun dun dun. Yes. Matter of fact, let's try to do some dramatic moments during the show tonight. Dun dun dun. Don't do that. You're scaring me.
Oh, I was scary. I'm sorry.
Don't do that to me, Svea. I have medical conditions.
I was trying to be like soap opera, like.
Don't do that. No. Cross. Stay away. Evil. No. I have medical conditions. You could put me flat on my chair. My feet will be sticking up in the air.
Oh my goodness.
I'm wearing Birkenstocks right now. Okay.
Uh-oh. People still wear
fine. I mean, it was the same ones that look like Missed a Moonbeam last week, but they're just the EPA ones.
Yeah, but people,
because it's still morning.
People still wear Birkenstocks. I thought that wasn't a thing anymore.
No, they're actually awesome. I like the clogs, the Bostons. Anyway,
okay.
Let's segue back to the show again. All right. Shall we get started on the subject at hand?
Yes, it's good.
Yes. Now, folks, we're going to be bringing up, and I brought it up during the pre-show banter, that we want to make a new native joke. And we're going to come back and forth on this. And obviously, this show's pre-recorded. So we want you to help develop this new native joke. And we will debut it in an upcoming show. Okay. It involves a fancy dancer and a bee chasing the fancy dancer, and the dancer trying to get away from it while there's a contest ongoing in the arena, but not his category.
That's actually kind of fun.
Yes. So this bee, let's imagine this fancy dancer, he's walking up, he's got his soda pop right there, whatever's water, lemonade, whatever. And then comes the bee because he sees the lemonade. And the bee's like, "Ooh, lemonade. It's all sweet." He starts going, and the fancy dancer's going like this, and he starts going around and twirling around and going in circles. And with that big bustle, it's just all this twirling around, and the bee's just going, "I want some of that lemonade." And the dancer's going, get away, bee, get away, bee. He's just twirling around and he's trying to dodge the bee and he's doing all these maneuvers. And people are like, why is he contesting?
Yeah, right.
Think about this, develop the joke and put it out. And we will debut it on a future show because we look at the comments of these shows. We will. Svea and I'll probably be talking about the comments on Saturday afternoon of the Pow Wow Wow Wow.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. So think about it. And we might revisit this a few more times. So coming up, Barona Pow Wow.
Yes. Barona Pow Wow. You know, it's going to be a very hot weekend. Everyone's thinking about that, I'm sure. But you know what? There's some ways you can deal with it so that it's not as bad. You know,
go shopping.
Yeah.
Dr. Dancing Bear.
Yeah.
That's number one way to take care of it.
You can go shopping, just sit in the shade a little bit.
Buy some lemonade, cover it from a bee.
Relax a bit. Yeah. That sounds good.
Kick back, chillax. Go over where we have misters going at, and I'm not talking about a certain guy from Paula Reservation that watches the show. His name's Mister.
His name's Mister?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. There was a guy that used to work at my medical, plan that I'm going through, and his name was Mister, and he was really cool. I really like him. I missed him. He actually moved to a different department in the medical facility, and he was really cool. He's like, okay, it's your time to shine. He didn't say it like that, but it always made me excited to go on the scale. He's like, okay, it's your time to shine. Get on the scale.
Jen's telling me right now that she loves the eye candy named Cole Hauser, I guess. The actor that plays some dude on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And she says he's a honey bun.
You know, there was a gal.
Paraphrasing. What?
There was a young lady that came into our store yesterday from Canada, and she reminds me a lot of Jen. She looks like Jen a lot.
Oh, Jen's fun.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm like, she looks so much like Jen. I was just like, I wonder if she's related. I'm like, it should probably.
What Jen gives you sometimes when you may say something kind of dorky, and she just gives you that look.
No, but she looks a lot like Jen. I was like, wow, they might be distantly related. But
anyway, don't forget Jen watches the show, but we still have a whole, there's the show, and then there's the audience, which is the other half of the show. Maya, Wendy, Carol Ann, Jen, all our people that are always talking, Kelly Jo Miller, whatnot, our regulars.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know about the other people because they watch the show, but they don't necessarily comment. So,
oh yeah, especially like last week where they're just
yeah.
Like, let's pause the show and cover this.
So it's like if you guys want to know, if you want us to know who you are, if you comment on our show, we actually do read our comments. We do love the interaction with everyone. It makes it interesting.
Yeah. So Barona Pow Wow. Let's talk about what it is. It's going to be held over at the ball field at Barona Reservation near Lakeside, kind of between Lakeside and Ramona and more toward Lakeside, California, over in San Diego County. It's
not at the casino.
Yeah.
So, but it's by the cultural center, which is like not
a minute, 2 minute drive.
And so, like, if say you're getting hot, you go in your car, go over to the casino and go get lunch. They actually have
there's good food vendors.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
I push the food vendors.
But there's air conditioning over there if you get hot.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to go down the hill. You can actually go if you need some air conditioning. There's air conditioning nearby.
Totally. But you want to stay at powwow. So what is a powwow? A lot of our viewers are native. We already know what a powwow is. So we're not gonna go through that stuff and explaining it from the ground up. But we will talk about some of the contest categories for some of our viewers that don't know about it and what they offer there. Barona is kind of important to us because Barona, as the pandemic is opening up, and it's still in the process of opening up, things are largely open now and things are starting to take place again. But Barona was the first powwow back. And last year they downsized it. They just made it a 2-day social powwow. There was no contesting unless somebody wanted to throw out money for a special or for any of the dance categories to come out and do that. And I think there was a little bit of that, but it opened up. And so it was very symbolic of the resilience and the coming back and determination of the Native community. And it was so symbolically important to a lot of us, where powwows are so, it's not only our living, but it's very intrinsic to our social lives and seeing our friends and church.
Yeah.
So it was amazing that they did that. It was brave that they did that. And let me tell you, they took precautions. They didn't want people from out of town. They didn't want people traveling from other areas of the country. They just want to keep it local, so nothing's transported. And they paid attention to that, and very kudos to them.
Yeah.
But they're full on. It's called a contest powwow, where you have the money that's offered, of course, from the tribe, and different categories are different stuff. And they bring out some really pretty big dancers out there, and they do it. And I've always liked the feeling that they've had, but every powwow has its own category, its own features, its own special parts.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and go through the, like the grand entry is always fun to watch.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, James, grand entries, I'm just kind of giving you guys some info. Grand entries happen several times during the event. It basically is where everyone lines up and comes into the arena and dances around the arena. And they start, it's basically like kind of like almost like a flags, almost like a, like at the beginning of a game, there's like a lineup or
the lineup, the national anthem and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, like a national anthem, or like just kind of an opening to every session. There's a grand entry, and there's usually two. There's usually one on Friday in the evening, and there's usually two on Saturday. Usually two on Saturday, maybe one or two on Sunday, depending on how much goes on. Like if they have a break on Sunday, I'm not sure. They might, just because of the heat. But when the powwow is going on, just this other things that even though there's no grand entry or no dancing, there are vendors and there are things going on other than the dancing. So when there's no dancing, there's a break. So it actually gives you time to go and shop.
Totally. In each round of powwow is a session. In the grand entry, as Svea said, and I brought this out just to do this. It's like, it's the lineup, it's a celebration, and you have what's called the flag song, an opening invocation by a designated elder, spiritual leader. But it's basically the grand entry is break out the party lights. We're all here. Let's have a good time. That's the only reason I had this sitting there with the battery pack, was to bring out the disco light. We talked about grand entry. I had a pre-stage. I thought ahead.
Yes. And I got a couple of those disco lights. You'd be proud of me. But I got them so that I can use them for decoration for our theme for next week.
You didn't get them for the show?
No.
Or singing?
No.
What did you plan that I'm not aware of? Co-host?
Tell you, it's a secret.
We're not supposed to keep secrets. No, I'm going to keep a secret. I got a secret you don't know.
Well, let's talk about this next week. I'm going to talk about it next week.
Well, I'm going to keep a secret from you then. All right. So after the grand entry, typically you have it's ended with sometimes they want to go very old school, and they'll bring out typically a victory song. But before they even begin the powwow, or even they have grass dancers come out to bless the arena where they do it. Some powwow styles like do that. Depends on the tribe, the committee, and the arena director. And then maybe after there may be a victory song, and there may be a sneak up song that's done. That's another style of tradition. You see that not a lot in California. And you go on to intertribals, which means everybody dance. It's the chance to go out there, socialize, whatnot. And then you might have, we mentioned the contest where a specific category being a fancy dancer, chicken dancer, fancy shawl. I absolutely love jingle dress dancing. It's just so elegant. It's probably my favorite category. One of my favorite categories for the women dancers, my favorite category. And then you could have men's Southern fancy, straight, kind of the same thing, a little bit. Kind of you talk to traditional dancers, grass dancers. The newest category to pop up in the last umpteen years is chicken dancing.
Yeah.
And folks, we're not talking Kentucky Fried Chicken. We're talking like prairie chicken.
It's pretty cool. It's really kind of interesting because the guys go out there and mimic chickens.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They go out there and they're wearing the old school wool underwear on that too. And folks, that's living history right there. It's not that they forgot that they woke up too soon, forgot to get dressed. Part of living history on there, and they wear the old school small bustle on behind them.
Yeah.
Living history.
Yeah.
Culture in action, culture live that you see. It is not a reenactment. It is modern, old time. It is culture.
Yeah.
The word reenactment is not applicable anywhere on this.
Well,
So that's one of the love it things I love about it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those interesting dances. I really love watching, like you said, you like Jingle. I love Jingle, but I really love there's a couple things. I love Fancy Shawl. I think that's fun. And then also I love the northern and southern traditional women's with the buckskin dresses.
Oh, the way they make the shawl, the fringe.
The fringe just like sways. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, that's so elegant.
The women look so good. It's pretty neat.
Oh, we think I used to date a couple of jingle dress dancers back a long time ago. Some things you don't normally see that is uncommon but is out there is sometimes you will actually see women that are grass dancers.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of them.
It's becoming more common, so that's actually nice to see. That's their way, that's their nations. For we to judge another nation, and it's neat to see that some of them really whoop some butt when they're out there. I mean, there is you give a good male dancer a top prize winner run for their money.
Yes, totally.
So it's amazing to watch that. Some of the drums you have, you can have you get some top tier drums. I don't think I've ever seen Northern Cree at Barona Pow Wow.
I don't think so. I couldn't say.
Well, it's Labor Day weekend. There's a lot of other contest powwows, so they go out there. But I don't think I've ever seen them. But I'm like a Northern Cree nut, which is a Northern style drum out of Canada. Obviously, Cree Nation, because when I say Northern Cree, it ain't Navajo.
Yes.
Or Yaqui, because that would be a misnomer, and people be like, it's like Navajo singers from Anchorage, Alaska, and you're going like, what? Does not go well.
Oh my goodness.
What's that? Is your ringtone really, huh?
So okay, I have a whole bunch of different alarm tones, and I turned on.
You have a big band alarm tone.
No, I have different alarms for different things. So like, for those of you who know me, I'm sorry, this is gonna be a little off topic. So for those of you who know me,
I've never heard the show.
You haven't?
Not at all. Anyway, go ahead. We'll derail the show, Svea.
Yeah. So for those of you who know me, you know that I love my Harvey's seatbelt purses, and they do product drops every Friday. Not every Friday. Well, it seems like it's every Friday now. It used to be only once a month, but they'll do product drops at 8 a.m. Pacific. And so then what happens is I'll set my alarm at 7:30, and my alarm literally said, let me show you, you're gonna laugh. 7:30 a.m. See if it focuses.
I see it. We can see it. Oh, there it is.
Purses.
8 a.m. Bye. You're like me with good slabs of stone for knapping on eBay. I said knapping, so you wouldn't do that, but no, Svea has to still do the sleep joke.
As you're napping.
Every single time.
Napping. Actually, okay.
So
you guys know, it is currently. Oh, I don't even have a watch on. That's how early it is late it is at night. I don't know what time it is right now.
That time it's 7:32 in the morning, but it's actually 10:32 at night.
Yes, it is. It is
around that ballpark. Okay.
Yes. So anyway, all right. I'm sorry, I just distracted.
Back to the powwow. What's one of the funniest things you ever seen at a powwow?
Let me think. I mean, God, I've been going to powwows for so long.
I'm a powing. Yeah, we've been
I
probably
really,
about the same
I
amount of time. I've
really,
been powing since this is my living since '93.
I really love the switch dances. Those are fun.
I was hoping that would be the lead into this part. That's one of the things you'd see at Barona Pow is typically on Sunday evening they'll have the switch dances. That is
Sunday evening or Saturday evening?
Sunday evenings when I typically see it at Barona Pow Wow.
Really? Okay.
Because like
I,
every year I'm packing my booth and I've got to stop because the Sunday night session goes pretty late. They have a full session Sunday evening,
yeah. Yes, you're
and
right.
I'll typically stop and go over watch the switch dancing because it is hilarious. So, do you want to explain it, shall I?
Let me explain it.
Okay.
So what is interesting about switch dancing is basically the girls imitate the guys and the guys imitate the girls. So they'll often share each other's regalia and they'll go out and like say a girl will go, like we were talking earlier about girls going out grass dancing, but they try to replicate the design. Say they are a jingle dress dancer, normally the women, like say this one dancer is a jingle dress dancer and she goes out and fancy dances. So it's kind of like fun because it's nice to see. It's kind of fun to see. And then of course we love seeing the guys and the girls regalia. It's fun. I've seen a lot of fun with that.
Oh, some of those guys will go full bore. I mean, we're talking full on makeup, eyeliner, everything.
Yes, and they have fun with it too. So it's not like it's definitely very fun.
Yeah, and they have fun making fun of the categories and everything, and just a fun parody. I'm going to get rid of this because it makes it look like a space box here. All right.
Just a little bit.
Well, I should probably throw out some names here of probably well-known people, and tell me how well a switch dancer do you think they would be?
Okay.
Svea.
Probably,
what category?
Probably pretty terrible. I'm not very good at Native American dancing.
I can see you either trying straight dance.
I do swing dance, so.
But this is switch dance.
I know, but I'm just saying I know how to swing dance. So like I said, I don't know how good I would be at that.
Understood. Matter of fact, some people might interpret switch dance as this.
Oh, you're being silly today.
Yes, because I'm a morning person this evening. All right.
So
let's try another name. Let's say
I would love to be sleeping in my bed right now.
We're here for the audience. I care, sleepy face. All right. You want to throw a name at me?
Let's see. How about what kind of dancing would you do, James?
I have.
You were gonna okay. Wait a second. Let me ask you first a question. What kind of dancing do you prefer? If you were gonna dance in a powwow tomorrow, what type of dancing would you do?
Men's traditional grass.
Okay, now if you were going to do a switch dance, which one would you prefer to do? Jingle
dress.
Yes. Yeah, that would be fun to see.
Just because I'm a fan. All right, let's try this. Sam Elliott, what kind of dance? What category would he dance?
I mean, he could be traditional, but at the same time, it might be kind of funny to see him as a chicken dancer.
Yeah, but how about switch dancing?
Switch dancing, fancy shawl.
I'd see him as southern women's buckskin.
Yeah.
How about let's go with Wes Studi.
Who's that?
Hold on, I got to do the thing.
Okay. So yes, who is this?
Wes Studi, full-blooded Native American Cherokee Nation actor, drama American legend. He played the Pawnee Warrior in Dances with Wolves. He's played several other Native American parts. Very good actor. Southern Straight, switch dancing.
His name's Wes. What?
Wes Studi. The dude is amazing. I actually like him better than Graham Greene.
Okay, I'm familiar with that guy's face.
He's amazing. Speaks fluent in Cherokee.
Okay, wait. Let me think of this. This is the actor the Native American actor that I like. Let's see, what's his name? What was the one with Val Kilmer?
Wilford Brimley. Oh, that's Graham Greene.
Yes.
He's hilarious. You ever met him?
No, I would love
That
him.
dude is so funny.
He just seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He always plays really, really good characters. He definitely chooses his parts.
Oh yeah, he's done some interesting off Hollywood movies too that were early on, last few years after Dances came out, that made a name for a lot of these Native American actors. Those ones, Clear Cut, almost a Native American cult movie. Really different for Graham Greene, but he does some funny stuff. I love some of the stuff he did where there's a Native American, a Canadian sketch comedy show that he was on. And I'm trying to remember this one. I'm gonna have to watch it on YouTube just to remember, but it's something like something with it. But well, I'm gonna forget the punchlines. But folks, look up something with Graham Greene, Canadian sketch comedy show, and arrows. Something where somebody goes going that caca, and he's talking, and all of a sudden they get shot with an arrow or something that they're holding, and he's talking about that. It's just the way he does it's hilarious. We've all met Floyd Redco Westerman that passed away a few years ago. You know Floyd?
Mm-mm.
Played Chuck Norris's uncle in Walker, Texas Ranger, as well as 10 Bears on Dances.
That's why I've never seen that movie.
Dances?
No, you're saying Chuck Norris anything. When I hear Chuck Norris, I'm like, I don't watch films like that.
Well, let's just say he taught Chuck Norris how to be Chuck Norris.
Okay, then he's a bad dude.
Floyd is I met Floyd at a number of powwows, a lot of powwows.
When I say bad dude, I'm saying bad ASS. I didn't want to say it.
As in cool.
Yes.
Floyd had a very good sense of humor, amazing amount of wisdom to share.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see in the films, he ain't much different. A real person. It's like he wasn't portraying a character; he's portraying aspects of himself that was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Some other really neat actors. We both met Irene Bedard.
Yes, very nice lady.
She's a sweetheart. Amazing.
You know who was really
many others. There's, huh?
James, you know who was really nice? Saginaw. He was really nice.
I miss him.
He was a really nice guy. He always would come by and say hi to my mom.
I got to work. Yeah. Once I was the arena director of POW and he was DMC, and I got to work with him. And honestly, it's like over the years, I would see him. Like, hey, it wasn't much, but I actually got to work with him over that couple days. And he, every story you hear of how amazing he is true.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. Yeah,
that's the only time I've ever worked with him. Never really talks like, hey, how you doing? Just quick words. There's really not much to say. Mm-hmm. This is over the course of decades. And like I said, that one time I got to work with him, and it was quite amazing. It was right before the movie Lone Ranger came out with Johnny Depp playing Tonto. And he addressed some reservations about that. I'm not making a joke or pun there, folks, when I say that, but some reservations that people had about the movie, and addressed it and said about the amount of research was pretty amazing. I'd like to meet the gal that played Nero. I believe that was the character's name on Predator. Have you seen that yet? Or Prey?
Prey. I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Hulu. It's still kind of raging in the Native community. They did. I would like to meet some of the actors from there. I don't know them. They're doing some up and coming. That was, as far as portrayal of Native culture on that, there's a lot of intrinsic things. There's some stuff they got wrong. Mainly the way Nero and some warriors were drawing back their bows. I'm looking at that going, no. They probably did that for dramatic effect, but overall, the representation of culture is very good. Never mind that they filmed the movie in southern England, and some of the plants and the plants and trees, whatnot, that they had portrayed in there. I'm like, that's not in North America. No.
It's a movie. Well, the thing is, okay, so this is the thing. They film a lot of stuff in Georgia.
The country of Georgia.
No, in the state of Georgia in the US. And
Okay.
let me tell you, that landscape is very specific to actually Georgia. And even though it's supposed to be this, like, like they filmed Stranger Things because they're like, oh yeah, it's Indiana. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just like Geronimo American Legend. I love Wes Studi in that, but there's so many problems with that movie because it takes in around southern Arizona, mainly around Tucson, northern Mexico. Yes, that territory looks so much like southeastern Utah. It's exactly the same.
Exactly.
Roll the
Yeah.
eyes,
Right?
huh?
Exactly. Because that's how actually Arizona looks, not Utah.
The North Rim country, north of the Grand Canyon. Totally on that one. It's just like what was that? You had that movie with John Wayne and the lady that talks like this. What was her name? True Grit.
Who's the lady that talks like that?
Oh, it was Rooster and the lady. And it was Katharine Hepburn. I'm remembering the name now. John Wayne and Katharine Hepburn. Here I'm making a John Wayne movie on a show about Barona Pow Wow. Let's just get past it. I'm making my point. When they show a lot of scenes where they're going across Oklahoma territory, it's amazing how much of the Rockies are in Oklahoma.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Back to Pow Wow.
Yes, back to Pow Wow.
Kidding. Switch dancing fun. They do a great job. It's open. It's free to go, which is actually a California thing. Many powwows outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are totally right. Yeah, it's true. One of my friends, he's passed away for several years now, but he's like, California powwows aren't real powwows. He said, because he was saying that they don't charge. So basically in California, everyone is so lucky because they get to go to powwows for free. It's like you can go to this event, go check it out, see it, and you don't have to pay, which is really nice. If you go outside of California, powwows have admission. So
These things ain't cheap to put on.
no, they're not.
Not every group has a casino.
Believe me, I know. Especially because I'm on the I'm on the ASU powwow committee. These events cost a lot of money to put on. They're not, and actually it's funny because I think a lot of people in general, not necessarily people that watch our show, but people in general don't think powwows cost money to put on. They really do. Like you have to get permits, you have to get insurance, you have to have approval with the fire marshal, you have to have so many things set up. Anyway.
And not all cities are on board because they're afraid of the liability. It's not that they don't want to dismiss an American activity or, gathering.
They just are concerned about just, lots of people gathering and, they're not really
what
those are
liability. It's just the liability issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't matter what, even when he's saying when James is saying liability, it's not necessarily like cultural. It's the liability of just a large gathering of people, and it's just concern of any kind of large gathering of people.
Large gathering of people, and say it, it's insurance.
Yep, exactly.
Luckily there is some tribes have banded together to provide, and this isn't well known, but there are some tribes have gone together that have come together and formed their own insurance company or have underwritten for smaller events and they can't do everybody. It's because it's so expensive, but they've underwritten so that you can have Native American events that have a liability insurance, a certificate of liability insurance, or some student-run powwows at universities, community events, where you have tribal groups, inner-city tribal groups that will put together an event, and they'll provide that, coming together to do that. And it's been the case. I think there's some residents that have come together to do that starting about 15, 20 years ago. It's not well known because they don't want to have everybody and their brother trying to do an event under that and take advantage of it. But they want to do that with the people that are sincere, because sometimes you have some gatherings that are pretty marginal, pretty sketchy on who's running them. And they say native event and all that. And you're just like, all right, Moonbeam. No kidding. All right, let's do some funny pal stories. We're getting toward the end of the show here. We got about 10 minutes left in this section.
And then we're gonna have a quiz for James, guys. Just so
yes, the night before Christmas quiz here at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So let's do some funny pal stories to bring this up. Funniest, say, visitor, somebody getting too much into the powwow or thinking they're really into it or dressing the part. What's the funniest thing you've seen?
Well,
without being insulting, but always being encouraging. We're both good
all
at that.
Is that when you go to a powwow, the best advice I could give to anyone is do not dress up like a stereotypical what you think a Native American is. Like
leave the Pocahontas dress from the movies at home. Folks.
Yes. And then don't be one of those people where they braid their hair and they put a headband on and put a feather in the back of their head. Do not do that.
Don't dress like you're a mountain man.
Don't dress like Tiger Lily from Peter Pan.
Yeah. Don't come in with your store-bought company X moccasins that are bed slippers.
Or the one from Spirit Halloween.
Or Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
And your bandana rolled up, thinking you want to look Southwest or something like that.
Don't do that. Just go as you are.
Comfortable clothes that you think's awesome, and don't come in a bikini.
Go as you are. And just be nice to everyone and treat everyone like you'd want to be treated, and everything will be fine.
I was in a powwow once where there was a family coming in that obviously from out of country, and they wanted to look the part. They saw people wearing the feathers, so they bought a cup, and they don't know. And you can appreciate the effort they want to do to try to blend in and try to look the part and be there. And they decided to make their own headpiece, and they took a couple of, like, say, what I call Chernobyl chicken feathers, your red and blue and yellow dyed feathers and whatnot, turkey feathers. Bought a rabbit fur like this and hung a couple right there walking around. And I'm going, I'm not going to tell them. Yeah, but I'll just say that rabbit furs are not a replacement toupee or a headdress. That's what your nation goes for.
Or maybe it was hot and they were trying to get shade for their head. Like maybe they're losing hair and they're trying to. Well, was it a March hair?
Bring your head closer to the webcam. Bring your head closer to the webcam.
Okay. You know the pun.
Bring your head closer to the webcam.
You know the pun I just made, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm going to punish you. Svea, you're over there. Just take your hand for me. Follow your hand right now.
Okay.
Cheater.
Thank you, James.
I'm giving you the look.
Don't give me that look. I don't deserve that look. I'm getting abused, everyone. Did you see that abusive look? That was super abusive.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Watch this. Watch this, folks. And this is what earns the look a lot of times. I think I'll nap some arrowheads. And then comes the look. See, it's just automatic. All right. All right. We've got getting down toward the middle of the show. We've got about 17 minutes left, so we got some good stuff. But is there anything we're missing on Barona Pow Wow and the return of powwows that we should mention?
I don't know.
Them talking to me about Sons of Anarchy. Anyway.
Yes, I don't know. I'm just happy that we have Barona Pow Wow coming up because the last one we've had, it's been a while.
Totally. Last powwow I was at was Imperial Beach, June. And I missed them this summer, but they're coming back. Some have changed their dates. Some are not coming back. Some are working on it.
Yeah.
This fall we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll have Samuel. We'll be back. Saquon's back. Saquon was back starting last year. Morongo, their Thunder Lightning powwow.
Bishop Pow Wow.
Bishop Powell is Indio. I don't know if Indio Powell is coming back at Cabazon Reservation. That's only just like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder. I don't know if that is coming back. Thanksgiving weekend, is that coming back for sure?
I will have to look that up, but we do have to return a Pachanga powwow this January. I need to look.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
We'll talk about after the show. I need to get into that. I need to look that up.
I am glad though they're doing it in January because let me tell you, that area is so flippin' hot. They used to do it during 4th of July and it was so hot. Terrible hot. Yeah.
Totally. All right. So we got the return of those powwows. There'll probably be the Christmas powwow over at Imperial Beach. There's talk about bringing that back. They did it last December. Probably do it this December. So they're coming back. Amongst my favorite of that, I haven't been able to make it to Morongo's Thunder Lightning in probably 12, 14 years. It's a 45-minute drive from my house. Mm-hmm. But typically the weekend they have it. I'm at Poway Rodeo at the end of September, but I do enjoy visiting, and they do such a great job, is San Manuel's powwow.
Yes, I know.
They do such a great job at that powwow overall.
So,
it's just neat.
The history of San Manuel powwow is that they used to be the second weekend of October, the weekend after the Chumash powwow in Santa Ynez. And for some reason, I do not know why, but that powwow had the craziest microclimate ever. In every powwow that I've ever been at, they've always had this crazy microclimate that always happens. Like, it has rain almost, like I'd say, if you look at the powwow schedule of all the years, maybe 80%, 70, 80% of the powwows of San Manuel's powwows that weekend, there would be some kind of rain.
You remember the year where there was a flood out on the field?
Yeah. And it destroyed our vendor space. So
there were vendors that had a foot of mud that came out on the field when there was a flash.
Yeah.
From that Friday night.
So it's kind of, I'm happy they're moving it up because I think that would change the weather situation for that one.
Well, usually October has great weather. You have good, stable weather.
Yeah.
And if there's going to be something crazy that happens, it's going to be that weekend in the San Bernardino Mountains.
Yes.
Or the foothills of the San Bernardino Mountains, which is
right at the base. It's right at the base of the San Bernardino Mountains.
Yeah, Cal State San Bernardino.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except last time they had in 2019, they had that windstorm, and so they moved the powwow to December because that crazy windstorm that knocked down the tents that were setting up on Thursday.
Yeah, the MC stand got knocked down.
Huh?
The MC stand got knocked down.
Yeah, and so they canceled the powwow, moved it to December. What happens that weekend? It rains. They moved it from Cal State San Bernardino to Fiscalini Field, the baseball field over in Highland.
Yeah.
Yeah, it rained all weekend. Such a great powwow, but folks,
it rained.
Crazy weather sometimes.
Rain is considered the R word for any outdoor vendor.
Yes. Oh yeah.
We love rain, but we don't want rain during an event where we have to be outside.
Oh yeah, we love rain, but you gotta put the but in there. All right, folks, we only got almost 10 minutes left. We're gonna go wrap this up. We look forward to everyone coming to see you if you can. Come on down to Barona Pow if you can't. Guilt trip.
We hope to see everyone there. We would love to see everyone. Make sure to stop by and say hi and tell us you watch our show, because we always love to hear that people are saying they watch the show, because sometimes we only hear like our few people that actually are commenting, and then I have someone approach me and be like, we watch our show every week, we love watching your show. I'm like, oh, thank you. And they never comment. So don't be afraid to comment, because we love watching. We love reading the comments on the show, especially if if we have a pre-recorded show. If we have a live show, of course, we interact with all the comments, but it's really nice to see comments from people.
Totally. We like when you get in, because sometimes, especially like last week's show is a great example. Apparently getting notices from eBay. Should put my phone on silent. Anyway.
Maybe you should put your phone on silent. I've had my phone on silent. Wait, let me check. Actually, my phone isn't on silent.
Pete Whitehorse is calling me right now.
Ah, silent.
Call him back. Pete, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
You're allowed to watch the show.
Hey, it's 7:00. Wake up.
No kidding. Well, I'm gonna call him back. We get done with the show and then move on. So, we're getting down to the end here. We're in the last 10 minutes, so it is time now for the quiz
Yes. Okay.
for me on a Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, hold on, Sam. Let me get this ready. Okay, so I have a quiz for you.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I am partially wrong. Oh, interesting.
No, you're just misright.
I can't believe I didn't know this. I will ask you this question. You will probably get it wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Who is Jack Skellington was voiced by 2 talents.
Really?
Can you name at least one?
One of them is that singer dude from Oingo Boingo.
And his name is?
Dude from Oingo Boingo?
Danny Elfman.
That guy?
But I did not know that Jack was voiced by Chris Sarandon, who is also known as Prince Humperdinck in Princess Bride.
Huh. Wow.
I did not know that. And I've watched that movie 3 million times.
I watched it 301 million times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Not
that's
competitive.
right. So let's do the quiz. We're doing a quiz from BuzzFeed.
They were already doing a quiz.
Yeah. Okay.
So this will be question number 2.
Okay. So what year was the movie released?
1993.
Okay. Next one. What is the name of Jack's dog?
It was a ghost dog thing.
Yeah, but what's his name?
Fido? I don't know. It was a ghost dog.
So
It turned out to be like they took the place of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when you had that fog and they're trying to go through over there to Christmas Town or whatever it was.
okay, his name was Zero.
Proof. This is, folks, we're doing this to make sure that I actually watched the movie.
His name was Zero. Okay.
His name was Zero.
Okay. True or false? Tim Burton directed the movie.
Tim Burton produced the movie. It was executive producer. It was actually directed by that dude, but not Tim Burton dude.
Okay. Where can you find a spiral hill?
Halloween Town.
In the graveyard.
In Halloween Town.
Yes.
I wasn't wrong.
Who isn't a part of Oogie Boogie's henchman trio? I have 4 choices: Lock, Clown, Barrel, and Shock.
That one dude that isn't in it.
So I'm going to tell you 4
I
names.
just remember them as the trick-or-treaters. I don't remember
Okay.
names, all 3 of them.
So they introduce themselves in the show. There's 4 choices. You have 25% chance of getting this right. We have Lock, Clown, Barrel, or Shock.
Lock.
It was Clown because the trio is Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yeah, I was just recurring to that. That was occurring to me as I said Lock.
Yes. Who is the Pumpkin King?
The dude the Pumpkin King. He's a Jack Skellington guy.
Yes.
Because he says that cool ass line, "I am the Pumpkin King."
Yes.
Or
What?
I am the Pumpkin King.
What does Oogie Boogie have as his tongue?
It ain't a candy cane.
It was striped like a candy cane.
Barber pole.
Snake.
Oh, that's right. He had the snake. I mean, everything on there is just like I don't know what rehashed from one movie to the next, but definitely there's a Beetlejuice.
Yes, exactly. Okay, what does the mayor use for his tie?
A
A
tie.
a spider, a black rose, a bat, or a pumpkin?
Well, I ain't a pumpkin. I'm gonna go with this black spider.
Yes, it's a spider. What ingredient wasn't added to Dr. Finkelstein's wormswort? Worm soup. Wormswort soup. Wormswort, deadly nightshade, frog's breath, or eyeballs?
Frog's breath.
It was eyeballs because frog's breath covers any kind of bad stuff like deadly nightshade and
Yes,
wormswort.
because I watch out for that in my medicine cabinet.
Finally, what does Jack call Santa Claus? Mr. Claus, Santa Claus, Sandy Claus, or Sandy Claus?
One of those four. To be specific, I will say definitely A, B, C, or D.
Okay, I took the quiz. The only thing I got wrong was the tongue on Oogie Boogie because I thought it was a worm and they said it was a snake. So that's the only thing I got wrong.
It's a snake.
I got 9 out of 10.
And I got 10 out of 10.
No, you got about like 6 out of 10.
Well, I mean, how many times have you seen it compared to me?
How many times what?
How many times have you seen it compared to me?
Oh, I've seen it like 3 million times, like I said.
And I've seen it once.
So BuzzFeed says I should be crowned the honorary Pumpkin King because I killed the quiz, stellar job, and a super fan.
Well, you're already there. You got the orange head.
Okay, and I have one more thing to show you.
Yes, ma'am.
At the beginning of the movie, you will have seen something like this.
That's awesome.
What did you see happening with these?
They were doing stuff in the movie.
So, several points in the movie at the beginning, they fall onto a fence. They fall onto the metal arrows of the fence, like they go. They also sing, and ghosts come out of their mouths.
Yeah, they did that stuff on that part of that place.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, folks, that was it, and it was fun. We watched it because when we did it, it was we did it on Zoom, streamed it, and it was myself, Jen, Vivian, and my mom. We're watching. There's 4 of us.
So there's evidence that James actually watched it.
And I did Mystery Science Theater 3000 at some. I have to watch the movie to comment. But, that gave us the idea that occasionally we're going to look at some old sci-fi movies or something, some older movies. And we're going to occasionally do an audience party where we're going to announce future dates of it. We'll do it. And if you got a free Saturday afternoon, whatnot, tune into Zoom and we'll watch an old sci-fi movie or something like that. And we will science fiction mystery 3000 it. It was pretty fun what we did Friday. So we definitely are a fan to do this again and do the running commentary.
Yes. So that was fun.
Yes, totally. So it'll be lots of fun. And matter of fact, highlights for the next few months of the show, folks. We are only a month away from our October Halloween countdown.
We're going to have a fun month of October.
It will be murderous time to build up to our Halloween special.
I know. We got to have
featuring
a Halloween special.
Me and Svea and a horrible twist of fate as she holds on to her black chihuahua going hee. Chihuahuas not look happy about that. All right, folks, this has been the show tonight. We are at time. We are 20 seconds left in the show. Ready?
So next week we're gonna have a show about bead chop hop. So you definitely want to check that out. And then we're gonna have some more awesome shows coming up.
Yep, including that one with that one subject that'll make everybody go, wow, wow.
Yes, it's gonna be like one of those shows. Okay, let's end the show.
All right, folks, thank you for watching tonight. This is, let me get to the folder at, where is it? There we go. Show closed. I got to make sure it's the right one. All right, folks, this has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Aw, ain't he cute?